Hey everyone, thank you for stopping by Living to Do's review of Clipped, the series about Donald Sterling and the Los Angeles Clippers. Before I get started with the review, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it, and I thank you in advance. So let's talk about Clipped. Clip is such a good series. I really have enjoyed it. I know there's only one more episode left. This is episode 5 called The Best Words. And we see that V is having an in-home visit with someone associated with her adoption. They're looking all through her stuff. They discussed her having her police record. She's been picked up for shoplifting and DUI. Sterling wrote a reference for her. She tells this lady that she's no longer working for him. And so the lady wants to know what she's going to do for work. And she shows her hats, these baseball hats with her initial and last name on it. And she says she's building a brand that won't sustain you, nor this home that you're trying to have, or these children. This girl is like ditzy. She's so ditzy. Back at the Clipper office, there's backlash, but the press sponsors are backing out, like State Farms, Kia, CarMax. Even the white employees are unhappy and worried. So Doc has a visitor, and it's CP3, Chris Paul. He pays him a visit in his $6 million condo. Looks so lonely in there. Anyway, it's at night, and the next day they were going to have, I guess, the community, and people were going to march at the courthouse. And it was also going to be the same day as the anniversary of the LA riots. We learned that CP3, his father put up his 401k so he could, advance in basketball. And the poor guy still doesn't have a ring. So, damn it, let's get Chris Paul, CP3, that ring next season. I don't want him to be the Susan Lucci of basketball. He deserves it. He's a good guy. He said that he spoke with Steph and the Warriors. They were going to play Game 6. That Steph and the Warriors were going to walk off the court after tip-off in protest. That's good. And then, but he said that CP3, he informed Doc that the Clippers won't play. That's their way of protesting. We see V. She's getting ready. V gets a phone call, and it's actually Sterling. And he wants to know, he's questioning her about his meds. She says, I don't work for you. Which I couldn't believe they're still in contact. I don't know how I feel about that. Shelly found out that they want to take the team, of course, but she wants to fight for her half, 50%. And she is talking to her lawyers and other people and claiming she's not a racist. Ask the players. They're not going to support you, girl. Read the room. There's a press conference that Adam Silver is conducting. He is the NBA commissioner. And in the press conference, he says he is personally outraged. He says that Sterling is banned for life, and he will also be fined $2.5 million. That's the maximum allowed by the NBA. So basically, let that be a warning to the rest of the racist owners. You better hide your racism better. He will also be forced to sell the team. Now, Adam Silver, his head looks like a number 2 pencil, no joke. But the way he came in and handled business was sexy. That's all I got to say. I just loved it. After this, the atmosphere in the Clipper office is like, party over here. People are very, very happy and excited. Shelly comes into the office, and she meets with Andy. That was Sterling's right-hand man. And then while she's meeting with him, Adam Silver calls Andy and personally fires him. He left no stone unturned. I loved it. So V is going to have an interview with Barbara Walters, which was really surprising, as Sterling was at the place where the interview was going to be held. I was surprised to see him there. He was telling V what to say. Tell him you were scared. Tell him you doctored the tape. He tried to give her money. V's attorney was there and he advised against it. Sterling cussed him out. He called V a media whore. But when Barbara came in the room, Barbara Walters, oh, he was just kissing her ass, complimenting her and letting her know that Magic Johnson couldn't make it. He wasn't coming to that mess. My God. V told Barbara Walters in her interview that Sterling was scared and confused, and she claimed to be his right-hand arm man. Now, was that out of nervousness that she messed that up, or she just plain dumb? She says she loves him like a father figure. She informed Barbara that she got paid off the books and that she was his personal assistant.
What's your relationship with Donald Sterling?
I'm Mr. Sterling's silly rabbit.
His what?
Vibes are really feeling good throughout the organization, because the Clippers won Game 6 against the Warriors. Feeling really, really good. CP's walking past the Warrior locker room, and he says in fun to Steph, something how they won or whatnot, just kind of ribbing him a little bit. Well, what happens after that? Draymond Green lost his whole mind again and brushed up against CP3. Draymond Green needs a movie about him. It should be a case study, because this man is he's always wilding. Personally, I'm sick of him. The Warriors are my favorite team, but I would be happy to see him go. He needs a handler with a EpiPen, because every time he gets out of sorts, someone just needs to stab him with the EpiPen with the necessary medication to calm him down. Just so annoyed with him. After the interview, V is receiving negative backlash. I think she thought she would be America's darling, but everyone's coming after. She's looking at her phone because she's so weak-minded. Those comments are going to just eat her up because she's weak like that. Even Sterling was speaking bad about her, talking about she had no father. And of course, her father is black, he says. Like, all black men are deadbeat fathers. You should clean up your act at this point, Sterling. So when the interview airs, Shelly is with her friend, and Shelly's listening to V on TV, and she's asking her friend, does her voice sound like V's? I loved her friend, because her friend keeps it real. She kind of shrugged her shoulders like, well, yeah. Maybe Sterling has a type. Shelly finds herself going to an interview with Barbara Walters as well. Barbara Walters looks like she came to LA to interview V, and she was trying to get Sterling too, but Sterling said his lawyers advised him against it. But it looks like when Shelly interviews with Barbara, she has to fly. She's flying on a private plane to New York in some dirty-looking alley. It's no studio or anything like that. She gets out the car and she cannot believe. She thinks she's in the wrong place. And she does look like she's in the wrong place. And she wants to go back to the Ritz. She's not used to this. But apparently, they go into this warehouse and they're at the correct address. Apparently, Barbara Walters has a secret place that she would do interviews so she could hide from her competition. Well, now she's no longer with us, but we know that little secret now. Shelly told Barbara that she was estranged from Sterling, that there's a pending divorce. So I wonder, are they divorced as of today? Did she go through with it, or that was just a little ploy to keep some assets, or make it look like, oh, she's not a racist and she wouldn't stand for that. So I wonder, I mean, they're so old. They were like 80 at this point. Unless you really, really cared about how you're perceived. Um, I just don't see her divorcing that man. I don't know. I don't know the outcome of that. Shelley met with Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, and he was so stern with her. She tried to argue that 50% of the ownership of the Clipper is hers, and she wants her half. And he's telling her, no, not so fast. You're married, and that's community property. The way the law sees it, you are one unit. And the property, the ownership is in a trust anyway. So he told her, he was going to sell it, and she was fighting it. And he told her, I'll give you 10 days for you to find an owner. Because if you don't, I'll find an owner. Once again, Adam showed up, sexy as. I loved it. I loved it. He did the right thing swiftly. That's what you need to do as leadership. Do the right thing and do it swiftly. And if you got to tell a mother off, tell them off. I loved it. After her interview, after meeting with Adam Silver, she goes and she's talking to her husband. And she wants him to sign some papers. He does. And he seems like he doesn't understand what's really going on. He's asking his wife, what did I say? What did I say? What did I say that was so bad? What did I say? Well, it's too late. You're too old to learn, it seems like. So you're ousted and goodbye. That's basically it. We go to family court where, in a shocking turn of events for me, V is granted the adoption of her two boys. I wonder how they are now, because they're about 14 then, 12 maybe. So they're definitely adults. I like to hear from them, and I like to hear from V. But that was it for this episode. I found it interesting. I'm liking the way it unfolded. I know it's a true story, but I don't remember exactly what happened, so I'm just letting the series tell me. If you like shows like Clip, please check out my channel and watch my review of Winning Time, the series about the Lakers. They had 2 seasons, and I reviewed both. But that's it for now. Please like the channel. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it, and thank you in advance. But I gotta go, because I got living to do. Bye.